All right, all right, all right. So, willkommen, bienvenue, welcome to Thursday night rest and reset. Our theme, focus, emphasis tonight is going to be on open heart and quiet mind. Open heart, quiet mind. So we're going to begin with some gentle floor work, somatic work, mostly emphasizing shoulders, neck, upper body. A little bit of the hips will come into the picture. And then we're going to go into some classic restorative holds. So what you'll need tonight are 2 bolsters, a block, and then have a blanket. And have your blanket opened up halfway on your sticky mat so that when you lay down, your head and your trunk, your torso, all the way down to your sacrum is cushioned by the blanket. And as you get your blanket set up, you can get your space set up the way you want it, with any dimming of the lights or lighting of the Palo Santo sticks, candles, sage, what have you. Queuing up your Spotify easy rider tunes for restorative class, and then we'll come down onto our backs. Shoulders and tush on your blanket, and head. Shoulders, head, and tush all supported on your blanket. And have your arms resting down at your sides with your palms turned up. Bend your knees. Let your knees drop inwards so they rest softly against one another. Close your eyes. And let's take about 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes to make our transition from the day, the week, the month of March, come to the here and the now, the present moment on our mats. I love that we continue to take this time and make space in our schedule and our busy, busy lives to meet in our tight community every Thursday evening. And those that are catching the replay, such a gift to have this scheduled time out for our body, our mind, and our nervous system, and of course our heart.
Way to go. Oh, bye.
Good. So what I'm going to have you do now is stretch your legs down onto the floor. And we're going to begin just by moving our arms. So you're going to glide your right arm, right knuckles down towards the edge of your blanket, down towards your right knee. And then gently let it glide back up. And we'll do that a couple more times, just the right arm. Now your head and your neck, simply let your head and neck move organically. It turns, it turns. Keeping your arm and the back of your hand connected to your blanket, just glide down. And then bring your shoulder back to neutral. How about one more time? And now the left side, gliding your left knuckles, your arm, dipping your shoulder down towards your left knee. And then back up to neutral. Just keep going, almost like you're pumping. Again, I like this analogy of pumping an aquifer. Back of your arm and the back of your hand never leave the blanket, they just glide. And bring your left shoulder to neutral once more. And now we're going to go from side to side. I'm not really concerned with breathing. Of course, I want you to keep breathing, but I'm not concerned with syncing up the inhale and exhale. I just want you to breathe naturally. And as one shoulder glides down, hike the other shoulder up towards the opposite ear. Right shoulder glides down, left shoulder comes up towards the left ear. Go really slow with this move. Just letting your head rock from side to side. Paying attention to what you feel in your neck, on the tops of your shoulders. And the next time your right arm is reaching down and your left shoulder's hiking up, let's stay here for a couple of breaths. Notice where the stretch is for you on this side. Now glide your left arm down and hike your right arm up, right shoulder up. Excellent. Let's go one more time from side to side. Beautiful. Oh. Bend just your right knee, set your right foot to the floor. You're going to keep your left leg straight. Take your arms out like a T. And as you breathe in, press into your right foot. Shear your right knee forward towards your left toes. This action will lift your right hip, low back. Finally, your right arm sweeps up and over until it lands on top of your left arm. And then slowly drag your right fingertips across your inner left arm, your upper chest, until your right arm comes out to the right. Let's go again, pressing into your right foot and lifting the right arm up and over. And drag your right arm back. So let's sync up the breath now. Stretching your arms out like a T is the inhale, and it's on the exhale that will begin the move. Pressing right foot into floor, and gently twisting over to the left. Inhale to drag your right fingertips along your inner left arm until your right arm opens to the right. When you're ready to exhale, and go again. Full time, your knee stays up, shining to the ceiling. Keep rolling. How fluid can this movement be? Let's go one more time. When your right arm lands over your left, let's stay here. Reach your right fingertips beyond your left fingertips. Good. Using the power of an inhalation, slowly return to your back. Right arm out to the right. Drop your right knee to the right. And we'll rest in a supine tree pose. Pull your right knee up. And then pull your left knee up, set your left foot to the mat, and take your right leg down. Same drill, second side. Open the arms on the inhalation. Exhaling, press into your left foot. And as you turn to the right, finally your left arm comes up and over. Inhale to drag your fingertips across your upper chest. And then you're ready to go again. Exhaling. And let's go this next time. When you land in the twist, let's stay there. Reaching your left arm far beyond your right. Inhaling, dragging your left fingertips along your inner right arm, across your upper chest. Opening your left arm to the left, dropping your left knee to the left. And taking a repose in tree pose. Pull your left knee back up. Bring your right knee up, set your right foot onto the mat as well. Both knees are bent. We'll do somatic rock next, taking your arms to the ceiling, bending your elbows, crossing your forearms in front of your chest, taking opposite hands to opposite elbows. This is your in-breath. And then exhaling, arms go right, knees go left. Oh. Glide back through center when you're ready to breathe in. Arms go left, knees go right. Great. 2 more times from side to side. When our arms are going to the left and the knees to the right, we'll pause. Stay here for a few breaths, 2, 3, 4 breaths. Squeezing your right arm against your right chest, against the breast tissue. Great. Now you're going to come back up. Keep your hands where they are, but I want you to make 3 big circles with your forearms, up and over to the right, down towards your belly, then over to the left, big circle up and over your head again. 3 times. Great. And then you'll change the cross of your forearms and we'll pick up right where we left off, taking the arms to the left, knees to the right. Sweeping slowly back through center. Arms right, knees left. Good. And 2 more times from side to side, please. When your arms are going to the right and knees to the left, let's stay for a few breaths. Bring yourself back to center and we'll make 3 circles with our forearms, sweeping over to the left, down, to the right, up and overhead, to the left. 1 more big circle. All right. Okay, take your legs down. Let your arms rest out at your sides, and let's take about a 10 or 15-second shavasana, just letting the body drop into the mat. Assimilate the movement. We've just basically greased the hinges of the screen door of the heart. Got some movement into the shoulder girdle, into the thoracic spine, the ribs. All right, let's come up to sitting so that we can shift gears. Now the restorative poses come into the picture. I'm going to have you fold your blanket up and over on itself. So we're going to come into what I call the lazy boy asana. And this will take all of your props. You'll take your block to the head of your mat. Now, you can put your block on its lowest height, or you can take it up to its tallest height. Here's the key. The higher your block, the less intense this will be on your lower back. Okay? So the higher you come up, the less extension you'll have in your spine. So that's important because if your low back is giving you sass today, then, go easy on yourself. Take your block a little higher. You'll take your rectangle bolster and make a ramp, setting the head of your rectangle bolster at the block. Bring your blanket to the head of the bolster so you have a little additional cushion to support your cervical spine, the back of your head, and then here we go. You're going to turn and face away from your bolster ramp. Slide your round bolster underneath your knees. And here we go. Slink yourself back over your bolster ramp. Stretch your knees out, your legs out over your round bolster. And here we are in the lazy boy. All we need is the remote control in one hand and a gin and tonic in the other. Well, maybe not a gin and tonic, or maybe, I don't know. Turn your palms up, please, so that you're in a gesture of being open and being receptive. And let's drop into our breath. For the first minute or two, just let your breath settle into a rhythm of its own design. Take advantage of these first 2 minutes to fluctuate, adjust, and situate so that you're comfortable in this shape. Because we'll be here for a bit. Such a sweet and tender way to begin to stretch the muscle tissue along the front of the chest, along the front and the side ribs. Not only making space for perhaps a bigger heart, but with the support of all the props, we have an opportunity to quiet our minds. No effort, no work. Find a balanced rhythm for your breath, please. I like to use the count of 4. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 4. You know the drill. You can count as slow or quick as you'd like. Just keep it steady. As this steady breath, this steady rhythm becomes effortless, begin to linger over your exhalations with every breath you take, eventually landing on a ratio, a rhythm where you're breathing in for 4 counts and breathing out for 8 counts. Now's the time to let go of controlling, counting, manipulating your breath. Let it float its way into its own pattern. Move your fingers and toes. Stretch your arms and your legs. Bending your knees, set your feet to your bolster so that you can roll it out from underneath your feet. And then you can roll gently over to one side. Slowly drag yourself up, just long enough to change a few of the props around. So you'll take your rectangle bolster, turn it sideways on your mat, take it up to the head of your mat. Blanket can go off to the side. Going to come into lying side stretch. Love this one. Maybe, perhaps, my favorite restorative shape of all time. So nestling the round bolster against your left hip and thigh. Drape your left waist over the bolster so your head relaxes on the rectangle bolster. You've got space now for your left arm and left shoulder to just hang out on the floor. Hopefully it's not jamming up into your neck. And then you choose if you want to keep your knees bent or stretch your legs down the length of your mat. Either way is up to you. And then maybe experiment with taking your right arm over your right ear. This is how we open the side door of the heart. If your legs are straight, bend your knees, please. If your right arm is reaching over your head, return it to your side. Rise up onto your left elbow, rest your head in your hand. Press yourself up so that you can make a 180 turn to your right. Let's do the other side. Nestling the bolster against your right thigh and hip, and draping yourself over. And you decide whether you want to keep your knees bent or take your legs straight. Maybe do a combination of the two. Anything goes with your left arm. Maybe keep it to your side or sweep it over your head. bend your knees if they're not. Return your left arm to your side. Come up onto your right elbow. Rest your head in your hand. We'll make our way into child's pose. So you can take classic child's pose, forehead to the floor, or rest your forehead against one of your bolsters. Sweep your arms around to your sides, placing your hands by your ankles or feet. Allow your spine to lengthen and your upper back to round. Place your hands under your shoulders. Slowly lift yourself up. Before we go into Shavasana, we're going to take a couple of minutes in supported fish pose. So you'll take your round bolster behind you, set your block on its second height, just beyond your round bolster. I like to come down onto my elbows first, elbows to the bolster. And then I can assess where the bolster is going to support me. We'd like the bolster to support us right at the middle of the upper back, so right around draw line. And you can arc back over the bolster, let your arms be free of the bolster so they can stretch out like a T. And you can adjust the block. Second height, maybe take the block down another notch if you'd like. That causes any discomfort or strain on your chest or your neck or your throat. Keep the block up a notch. And then you can keep your knees bent, or you can crisscross your legs, crisscross applesauce. We'll stay for a few minutes, so I'll cue you to change the cross of your legs for those of you who are taking that shape, or you can always stretch your legs down the length. Change the cross of your legs if they've been crossed. If your legs are crossed, uncross and set your feet to the floor. Let your knees knock inward and rest against one another. And if your legs are straight, you can leave them straight for another minute. Fly. Bend your knees and set your feet to the floor if they're not already. Bring your hands behind your head. And use the strength of your arms to lift your head off the block, looking to your knees. And then you can roll to one side and come up just long enough to slide the bolster out from underneath your back. Return to your back. And this bolster that's at your feet, put it under your knees. Stretch your legs out over that bolster so that your heels make contact with the floor. And then with your blanket, either underneath your head for some added cushion or wrap yourself up for some added warmth and weight. begin to deepen your breath. Bring some movement to your fingers and toes. Stretch through your arms and your legs. You can bend your knees one leg at a time and roll yourself over to one side, up. Palms together, base of your thumbs to your forehead. Open heart, quiet mind. Fingertips to our lips. Open heart and calm words. And then hands to our hearts. Open and compassionate heart. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, the others on the screen, those who will watch later.